How you doing, mates? How's it going, everybody? I think I'm going to change that intro again. By the way, this is my second time filming this video in the night because I'm so stupid that I didn't delete enough stuff from my camera, so the memory ran out right when I was reviewing the match and right at the end of the video as well. I was literally doing my outro. Great. Anyway, so guys, we had a main event. Well, obviously we had a main event, but the main event for tonight on Raw was a fatal four-way match, you guys. A fatal four-way match that decided who would be the new #1 contender to face Seth Rollins at Survivor Series, most likely, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So how it all went down, pretty much, was the Authority opened up the show tonight, and they were like, hey, Seth has beat everybody that we've put him up against, you know? So now it's time for a new person. So we're going to get all the winners from last night. We're going to put them in matches, 4 matches, and whoever wins those matches is going to go on to the main event of tonight in the Fatal 4-Way match, have a match there, and whoever is the winner of that match is the new #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Some of the matches, you know, leading up to the Fatal 4-Way were really good. Like, they had Cesaro and Owens, which was really good. They had some decent matches, some okay matches. But overall, all the matches, in my opinion, they were good. You know, they were fun. They were easy to sit through as well. Especially Owens and Cesaro. They were the best match of the night, I think, besides the Fatal 4-Way. But yeah, so the match starts, right? And of course, it's a Fatal 4-Way. So there's 4 guys. You can easily even up. So they all start going after each other. There's 2 guys here, there's 2 guys there. And, you know, they start beating each other up as well. Of course, start doing finishes and stuff. There's a part really early on in the match where Roman is just taking everybody out with the Superman punch and the spears. And then finally, Ziggler puts an end to it. Ziggler, of all people, right? The little man against the big man. But Ziggler puts an end to it by giving Roman a super kick. What else happens? Of course, like I said, it's a Fatal 4-Way match, so, you know, there's going to be a lot of, you know, teaming up in this. Alliances are bound to be made. Are they going to last? Probably not, but they're made anyway. So, you know, there's 2 faces in this match, there's 2 heels in this match, so obviously they're going to end up together. And there's also a part in this match where it's Del Rio and Owens, and they're, you know, teaming up against Ziggler, I think it's Ziggler. And, they're just, doing their own thing. And then finally something happens and they're just like, hey, dude, like, what the heck? And, they start kind of going off on a little drift and, like, just start fighting and stuff, you know? But Kevin Owens, of course, being one of the best heels in the company right now, in my opinion, just tries to calm down Del Rio. And he's just like, dude, calm down. It's going to be okay. We're going to work this out. And Del Rio's like, okay, we can stick together. We can take Reigns and, Ziggler out. But, of course, out of nowhere, Owens just gives a big punch to the face to Del Rio. What happens after that? And then, Del Rio and Owens are outside the ring. They're doing their thing. And then inside the ring, it's Reigns and Ziggler. And they're the only ones left, right? So, Reigns is doing something. He has his back turned to Ziggler. And then, Ziggler just... they were working together, right? Him and Reigns, and just out of nowhere, Ziggler just gives Reigns a zigzag, but he misses because Roman is still holding on to the rope, so he gets some leverage from that. So then Reigns just turns around to face Ziggler, and he's just like, dude, what's your problem? Like, why did you even do this? And Ziggler's like, dude, calm down, it's competition. And another point in this match, I forgot who it was. I think it was Ziggler, though, right after this whole entire thing, where Reigns gives a Superman punch, I think, to Ziggler, and, he's going for the cover, but Del Rio, of course, being another great heel, who just returned last night at Hell in a Cell, in typical heel fashion, he gets Reigns and just tosses him outside the ring, and goes for the cover himself, and 1, 2, and at this point, I'm literally like, oh my gosh, Del Rio's actually gonna win this match. But he kicks out, Ziggler kicks out, And then finally, the end of the match comes down to Owens and Reigns in the ring. And I'm like, holy crap, this is going to be a showdown, And then, Owens, starts going at it. Reigns starts to go at it. And then Owens has Reigns, is dominating, right? Owens is dominating. And then, Owens gets Reigns up in the air for a pop-up powerbomb. But in midair, you guys, Reigns gives a Superman punch to Kevin Owens, and I'm like, holy crap, Reigns goes for the cover on Kevin Owens, and 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns is your winner of the night, and the new #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns. Yes, I admit he had a really good match last night at Hell in a Cell, but I'm just not a big fan of him. I would have loved to see Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It's just a fantasy in my mind. But whatever. Roman Reigns is the new #1 contender. I don't know where this is going to go or how this is going to turn out. But either way, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take for WWE to figure this out, that we really don't like him. I mean, some people do, some people don't. I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns, but whatever. I guess we'll find out next week where all this is leading to. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to me for more videos like this. Comment down below on what you thought of this match and Raw overall tonight. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!